They saw this one guy that did kind of a research project using climbing as the subject, and he found that there are basically 3 stages. In the first stage, you're very natural and not so conscious about what you're doing, but you're doing the right thing because you don't have that thinking part of your brain distracting and keeping you from doing what feels natural. So that's kind of a flow stage. And then the second phase is when you get really hung up on grades and performance and all that stuff involved with the ego. That kind of launched me into what I consider the final stage that I've achieved in my climbing. My sister put it in these words. She goes, "Oh, you found the bliss." And I said, "Yeah, that's beautiful," because it's actually kind of back to the flow state, but it's not about the ego. You're doing it strictly for the fun and engagement. It's total engagement in the process of climbing, which is, to me, kind of a moving meditation. My early days, certainly, I was pretty lucky to still be alive because I was just doing it naturally and trusting my body, but I didn't really know how to use the gear so well. You know, I placed gear that wasn't so solid. Now in retrospect, I think back and say, wow, it's a good thing I didn't fall. I think when I was in my 20s as a climber, I finally got to that point where competition was introduced and the idea of pushing myself on grades, that I consider that middle phase where I was more obsessed with the idea of training, and I can relate to it when I look at younger climbers who are kind of in that same headspace. I can recognize it. I think the last phase, the blissful phase, probably, it's hard to define, but probably sometime after doing the nose. Climbing on granite is very particular. It involves having a lot of faith in how you place your feet on the rock and trusting that your feet will stick. And what I tried to do on the nose was find that flow as much as possible. The idea was never to hold on any harder than I needed to move in a very natural rhythm and have faith in that, being in tune with the rock and the place.